Amazon, I'm Jasmine Moyer, and welcome to Sway TV. I'm so excited to get started today.
We're gonna have some fun on the street, and we're doing Workout Wednesdays here on Amazon Live. And she is fresh off the set of Shark Tank.
It's such an honor to be here today, so thank you.
We are gonna be talking all about parenting.
This is our tribe of women. What is the key to a successful business?
And it's Brad Grunberg. Hi, Brad.
This is a game changer. There's a Tesla. You can actually buy a car on Amazon. That is so crazy. The perfect gift. Yes, we got our Drake's Cake break. So awesome.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake your Zulai.
This is fun.
Here we go. I'm so excited. I can't even stand it.
That was very dramatic.
Oh, Naveen says this is better than Netflix. So happy New Year 2021. Let's bring it in with a bang. 2, 1. So grateful for you guys and for Sway TV. I've had such a great time with all of you.
We'll see you soon. Until then, let's sway.
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 Good morning, Amazon, and welcome to Sway TV. I'm your host, Candace Kita, and today, well, first off, good morning. How are you guys? It's a lovely, almost the sun is coming up here in soon-to-be sunny Los Angeles. It's Thursday morning, and did you know that I'm coming to you live right now? So I'd love for you to leave a message in the comments section. You can comment and leave any type of opinion you want into the comments section. Ask me questions, and because we're live, I can answer you back in real time. That's right. So tell me, how are you today? What are you doing? What's it like over your way? You know, it's funny, I just said that it's gonna be sunny, and I have to say that we're being told that here in Los Angeles, it's probably gonna rain for the next 2 days, like pouring down rain for the next 2 days. So, you know, it's all good. I always say everything is good, and I'm just happy that we're going to get the rain, because here in Southern California, we always need the rain, right? So I'm happy that it's going to be raining today and tomorrow, and we're supposed to have a sunny weekend. So anyways, if you guys haven't done this already, I encourage you to hit that follow button. That's right, get up there and hit that follow button and follow us here at Sway TV for great programming, great shows, awesome hosts, and of course, don't forget to check for these terrific products that you see down in the carousel. And you know, if you've missed a show, say you want to catch Shay J, and she's working out and doing some of her awesome fitness routines where she does yoga, slow deep stretch, and more high impact workouts. Don't worry, because all you have to do is go to swayreplay.com. That's swayreplay.com, and you can check out all of your favorite episodes that you might have missed. We have a Sway TV podcast. I don't know if you guys know that or not. We've got a Sway TV podcast that's available on Amazon Music. So whether you listen to us or whether you watch us live, like we're coming into your homes right now in the morning, or if you catch our awesome replays at swayreplay.com, don't forget to check out all the terrific items that the hosts have found for you that are going to be located in the carousel. So this morning, you know, I thought we'd do something different this morning. This is a Come Get Ready With Me episode this morning, and I'm coming to you live today with no makeup. As you can see, I have not a stitch of makeup on my face, and I know a lot of you ladies out there right now, they're getting ready with me in the morning. You don't have anything on your face too, and you're probably getting your coffee, Of course, I have my Sway TV mug. I'm so excited about it. So you're getting your coffee and you're sitting in your bathrobe in your jammies, right? So that's kind of what I'm doing, except I'm at the Sway TV house right now. And the Sway TV house, we have so many questions about the Sway TV house. So let me describe to you right now. I can see out my window. I can see a little bit of Malibu. I can look down and I can see Santa Monica. I can see the canyons going through Los Angeles. It's just so beautiful. And I love to just take my coffee and take a deep breath and relax and look out the window of the Sway TV home and just appreciate and enjoy the morning. And I hope you guys are doing the same thing too. So leave some comments for me right now. Thank you so much for watching. And as I said this morning, we're gonna be doing a Get Ready With Me. And you know, yesterday, I had a great conversation with Sammy, and she was a viewer, and I really hope, Sammy, I hope you come back into the chat this morning and chat with me, because she was telling me that she has 6 children. Get it? I go like, oh, rewind, replay. She has 6 kids, and she lives in Central California, and she said, you know, Candace, I don't have time to do that much makeup. And I'm like, girl, I understand with 6 children, I completely get it. And everybody's being homeschooled. So she said that she can do mascara and lipstick. And that's all that she has time for. So I thought today a great topic would be makeup for moms, right? Makeup for moms, because you know, in the past I've done more intricate makeup where we've done, you know, foundation and concealer and powder and translucent powder, setting powder, contour. You know, I've done that whole thing. And now I thought, you know, maybe, just maybe, not everybody has time for that, right? So I'd love to hear your comments and questions, and just let me know what your situation is. Do you have a lot of kids? Do you have a ton of pets? Do you have a husband that needs every bit of your time in the morning to get ready to go do what he's going to do? Well, whatever your situation may be, today I thought, you know, makeup for moms should be not complicated. It should be simple, very easy to do. You can even use your fingers if you need to. You don't necessarily need brushes and all these extra instruments that you would use. And you know, we're gonna skip a lot of the steps just to give you a fresh, natural look that you can do pronto, because you gotta get the kids into the minivan and go off somewhere, or you're helping them with homework or getting 6 breakfasts ready. So I guess I'm very lucky. I get 2 tortoise. I have 2 big tortoises, and I get their breakfast ready every morning, and sometimes I think that's a big deal. Nothing compared to 6 children. So, so we're gonna be doing stuff like that. And then at the top of it too, Sammy, the viewer yesterday, she said, you know, I always make certain I have time, a little bit of time for myself. And I said, when do you take this time? And she said, I have a little bit of time in the morning and a little bit of time at night when they go to bed, because she said it's important for me to have me time. And you know, I completely agree with that. You know, you guys let me know, what type of me time do you have? I have me time too. I feel like I need to be centered in the morning. And if I can have 10 minutes even in the car to be quiet and to compose my thoughts, I feel like I'm so much better with everybody else in being able to communicate, get my thoughts out clearly, and to act and to just go. So we're going to be doing some things at the top of the Get Ready With Me that are just for you. We're going to be taking care of ourselves, and it has nothing to do with cosmetics or makeup, color. It has to do with kind of invigorating and energizing your inner self and making yourself feel better. Therefore, I feel like you've just got a better face to present to the world, right? Because you feel energized and you feel good, and you're like, you know what? I am ready to hit that day, Candace. Did I shock you? And I went, because I'm like, I'm ready to go. I don't care if I have to get out of the door at 5 o'clock in the morning, which here in Los Angeles, if you're in the entertainment industry, like a lot of us are, we're up at 3 o'clock and out the door by 4 o'clock to get ready to go to the studio for hair and makeup. And you know, that's a normal thing. And I don't know if you guys know, in the entertainment industry, a 12-hour day is a bare minimum day. When we say, you know, how long were you on set today? And somebody says 12 hours, we're like, that's it? Really? Wow, that was a good day. It was an easy day. 16 or 17 hours can be very common. I recently had a 17-hour day, but I'm thankful. You know, I'm always, you know, thanking every single day, thankful for every single day. And at the end of my day, some of my quiet time where it's just me, I try to think of all the things that I was thankful for during the day, in the midst of all the crazy things that happened that it might have driven me nuts. So anyways, that's what we're going to do today. We're doing makeup for mom, and it's just quick, simple makeup, and then also time, quiet time for moms out there. Maybe you're not a mom, but just somebody who needs to organize your thoughts and compose yourself, basically get ready for the day. Even if that means, you know, not doing what we're doing here today, you could also take time to stretch for 15 to 20 minutes on a yoga mat. That's one of my favorite things to do. Or just sit quietly, meditate, take the time to read a good book. Like so many of us, I think, you know, here's my phone. So many of us are doing this, where we're stuck in our phones, that we don't even communicate with the person next to us. And I think that's really a dangerous thing. You've got to really be careful and be aware to put this down, and also pick up a book. Like, when was the last time that you actually read a book rather than reading celebrity gossip on the phone? Think about it. I think some of these are things that I think are getting lost in our fast-paced technological society. And if we're not careful, we're going to lose these really important things that man has been doing for such a long time. You know, the importance of escaping in a book, at least to me. I love to read literature, and I love fiction. I love nonfiction. If you guys are out there, you know, let me know. I've got a challenge for you. What was the last book that you read? How many of you can tell me what the last book that you read was and when you read it? And also, why did you purchase that book? Because I think a lot of people, this is a lost art, or is soon becoming a lost art, where if we're not careful, our society is going to be so technologically advanced, they're not taking time to read, and instead we're just waiting for the movie to come out. You know, I think that's alarming to me, because I think the imagination sometimes is a lot better than just what, you know, the latest movie is coming out that you're going to be able to see on Netflix, right? Oh, Antonia Young, thank you so much for following. Good morning. I'm so happy that you're out there today. How are you? What are you doing? So anyways, here we go. We are going to do a Get Ready With Me today, and it's going to be makeup for moms. And once again, this is an easy makeup. This is not complicated. This is not a lot of layers and a lot of things that you need to do. It's a lot more about simplifying everything, so you have more time to spend with your children or other family members or your husband or your pets or whatever. So we're not going to make it that difficult. So let's get started. And you guys, you can leave comments in the chat section for me. I'd love to hear from you. Basically, what I'm going to do first, I have this Revlon one-step hairbrush, which I love. And I'm going to take this Revlon one-step hairbrush. I'm just going to brush it through my hair because my hair is freshly washed and I like to get a little bit of the moisture out. And what I like about this hairbrush is it's one step, because it's a hairbrush and also a hair dryer. So it saves you time, moms. If you need that extra time, this will help. So I'm just going to turn it on, and I'm going to turn it on high, and I'm just going to brush it through my hair. So I'm not going to talk for a second, but you can see how this tool works. hair. How is that? It's so awesome. What I love about it too is it's lightweight, very lightweight. As you can see, it's not too big, so I can just really toss it into a suitcase if I was traveling. So then I don't need a hair dryer, and I also don't need. Oh, you love this brush, Kim. Thank you so much. It is a game changer. This brush is a game changer. Do you have a brush similar to this, or do you? Use a brush that has a implement also for hair drying? Let me know. Oh, Antonia, the last book that I read was The Mermaid's Chair. What is that about? Is that, it sounds like it's fiction, and it sounds like it's a novel. Who is it written by? And what is it about? I'm really curious. I would love to hear about that. The last book that I read was a book, My Mother's Kitchen. It is so interesting. I love kitchen and cooking memoirs. And this is a memoir that was written by Audrey Hepburn's son. And I highly recommend it to you because I love Audrey Hepburn, and it shows so many photos that were from her family only that have never been published about her house in Switzerland, and how she liked to grow vegetables and herbs in the backyard, and a way that she relaxed and kind of decompressed was to cook. And she cooked for her family. There are all sorts of photos and personal recipes, personal family recipes from the Hepburn family. So My Mother's Kitchen, I highly, highly recommend it. Oh, Caitlin, I just read an article on how when commercial fishers fish for salmon, which takes away food from eagles, bears, and orcas. Yes, that's a good point. You know, what you're really talking about is the trophic cycle. And the trophic cycle is basically the food chain, where you have the top, think of it as a pyramid, right? Bit of trivia. Think of it as a pyramid, and you have the top predator at the bottom, at the top, and then you have it going down this way, and then the smaller animals such as mice and voles are at the bottom, and then also plant material that animals are eating. So if you take one of those elements out of this trophic food cycle, what happens is the pyramid itself is going to suffer, and it's going to have damage. So that's really interesting. So we're taking away the salmon, and as a result, eagles, bears, and orcas might be struggling for that as well. So I would love to see that article. Kim, thank you so much for following. Thank you so much. That's awesome. So yeah, you guys let me know. Kim, what was the last book that you guys read? And is it fiction? Is it nonfiction? Interesting article. I love the Atlantic Monthly. I really like to read that. I'm interested in Vanity Fair. But what I've noticed too is that a lot of the magazines are getting so thin. What is that? We need to really boost back the art and I think the desire to read, especially in our children, right? So anyways, so now I just take another brush, which I love. This is a brush and it's fine tooth, which means there are a lot of bristles. And so I just brush this through my hair because I feel like if you have a fine tooth brush, it'll smooth your hair down and smooth all those little frizzies that you might see. So I just do this in the morning. It's really easy. And now, if we're about to do any type of skincare, I highly recommend pulling your hair back off your face. And I do that for a couple of reasons. One, because you just don't want to get some of these gooey products in your hair. It's kind of gross, especially if you're using face masks, right? Because then they dry and you can't get it out of your hair. So I'm just gonna brush my hair up really quick like this, and then I'm just gonna put a headband in. You can put whatever, you can tie your hair back. It doesn't matter. Today I'm just putting in a hairband. So there we go. Okay. So now the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to exfoliate my face. Now you can do this in the morning to get feeling invigorated, or you could do it at night. Either way, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to use the Bogavia Pure and Fresh Exfoliating Scrub. Now I love this scrub. It's got aloe vera, sea kelp, and the fragrance. Oh, it's so lightly fragranced. I love it. Now this is a really thick scrub. I don't know if you can see it on my hand. It's so thick I can turn it upside down. Do you guys use facial scrubs? And if so, I'm just curious, how often do you use them? Once a week, once a month, never, 2 times a week, on the weekends? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to apply it very gently to my face. Now, you guys, you want to avoid the eye area. And the reason why is you don't want to accidentally get one of these little scrubby guys in your eyeball, because that could cause discomfort. So I always just kind of go to the top of the cheekbone, and then I work my way down. And then a lot of times what I want to do too is I just want to apply the product first everywhere just to get it on my face, and then not enough. You're inspiring me. Kim, I know, me too. It's like, once again, it's like taking that time for yourself, especially, I mean, do you have kids? Especially if you have kids. You know, we had a nice lady the other day, and she had 6 children, and that's actually why we're doing this today, because she goes, basically, girl, I do not have time. I put on mascara and lipstick, and I go. And I was like, with 6 children, I get it. I totally understand. But we're just trying to do quick and easy things. You know, even if you don't do this all in one sitting, you could always break it up and say, today I'm going to do a facial scrub, you know, and then tomorrow, maybe if I have time, I'll do a facial mask. Or you can break it up, and in the morning, I'm going to do the scrub. At nighttime, when the kids go to bed and my husband goes to sleep and he's snoring, I can do a facial mask. And that's what it may be. So, all right. So here I've just put the Bogavia scrub on my face. Now it's all over my face. Now I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm going to gently rub in small circles. So we have, I do counterclockwise, but you can do clockwise like here. And you just want to scrub these little scrubby guys all over your face. And this is really important because what it's doing is it's removing all the excess skin. So you have dry skin cells everywhere, trying to get in the corner by the nose, you know, on my cheeks. There's a lot of dead skin that I guess it just builds up over the course of time. And it causes your skin to look very dull and lifeless. And you don't realize it until you do the scrub. And then you take it off and you're like, oh, wow, my face is so smooth. It's like a baby's bottom. And before, it just kind of felt rough. And, you know, your skin looking lackluster, I hate to say it, ladies, but it can make you look older. And then if you put foundation, cover up, translucent powder, regular powder, and you keep putting on those products over the course of the day, you know when they say makeup can actually make you look older? This is why. So you got to start from the ground up with good foundation, and then work your way up and build your products if you so choose desire to do so. So, all right, you guys, anybody else use these facial scrubs? I love them, and you know, I use them, I'd say, once or twice a week. So, and you know what I do? This is my little hint. I don't know if other people do this, but it works for me. Once I get the facial scrub on like this, I don't immediately take it off. I actually let it sit for a while because I feel like it's moisturizing as well, because the medium by which the scrubbing bubbles are in is feels like a souffle. And so, at least with the Bogavia one, it feels like a light souffle on my face, which I love, and I like the way it smells. So I just leave it for like a couple of minutes and, you know, go do something in the house or get online or read that book that you're supposed to be reading. And once again, I know I have a big eye area here, the eyelid, but I want to avoid the eyelid because I don't want accidentally, when I'm taking this off, for one of these little scrubby things to get in your eye, because then it can cause discomfort. So, okay, so I'm going to actually scrub faster and more vigorously here. So you can see, here we go. There we go. What is one of your favorite things that you guys do that you like to do to relax? I'm curious. because maybe I will implement that into my own time too. Because we're talking about time for ourselves in the busy world that we live in the technological society that we live in, and almost everybody has kids. It's a blessing if you have kids, right? And if you're a mom and a busy mom and a working mom, I would say it leaves very little time for yourself, right? But that's so important because you need that. You need mom time and family time, but you need time as an individual. And I also think that's another way that you grow, is that you take that time for yourself. So, all right, so while that is on, let's just leave it on because this is what I do at home. And you can leave it on for, as long as you want. Sometimes I leave it on for a half an hour just because it feels so good and I feel like it's really getting in there and doing its job. So now, while we're doing it, let's just stick with this whole scrub thing, because how many of you guys have washed your hands so much that they are so dry? I would love to hear about this because my hands are so dry now. I've never had hands as dry as I do now. So what I've been doing is, and this would be really good for you, I think, in the evening or whenever you're taking a shower or a bath and you let the steam and the water, the hot water really soak into your skin, and then your skin becomes soft when you soften it up with the hot water and the steam. Then I take this Bogavia Pure and Fresh Rejuvenating Hand Scrub. This stuff is amazing. And it's called Valencia Vanilla because it smells like Valencia oranges mixed with vanilla. Oh my gosh. Do you remember the creamsicles that you used to get at school? Remember those popsicles? When I was a kid, they were 5 cents. I don't know, tell me if I'm ancient and they were that much when you guys got them, but you remember those, there was a fudge-sicle and that orange-sicle. This smells like the orange-sicle. It smells so good. So all I'm doing, as you can see, is I just squish out a palm size, a dollop. Like this doesn't even have to be that big. You can see it. Oh, it smells so fresh. And the orange kind of perks you up. Oh, and the vanilla is so soothing right now. I can't explain why, it just is. So I just take this amount, and all I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my hands closer, is I'm going to slowly start scrubbing this into my hands. It's just kind of like as though I'm washing my hands, right? But I'm not, I'm just scrubbing them. This feels so good. I get the tops, if you can see, I'm getting the tops of my hands. And then right here, around the fingers too. Antonia, have you ever done this before? Let me know. And Kim, do you guys do this? Now I'm just using it on my fingers. I'm just pulling it up my palms. It feels so invigorating. I can't even tell you. And then I go down each finger, and what this is doing is it's taking off all the dry skin cells that I have on my fingers. I've got a lot of dry skin just because, you know, if you don't put lotion on every day and you're using hand sanitizer and washing repeatedly, then what happens is your skin gets so dry. So I'm just going through every single finger like this. And then the palms, of course, if you can see my palms. And then the part that's really hard for me here, I feel like this is super, super dry. I don't know why, but it is. I'm here in sunny Los Angeles. If you're just joining us, I'm live. It's Thursday morning here. It's such a wonderful day. If you guys are, coming in and beaming in from other parts of the world or other parts of the country, please let me know. I'd love to know where you are right now and what you're doing. It's a beautiful Thursday morning here in Los Angeles, and because I am live, you can leave any comments or any questions that you might have about these awesome beauty products, and let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer because I'm live right now, so I can talk to you like instantaneously. That's what's so cool about this platform, right? I love it. So once again now, I'm just kind of twisting my hands this. If you guys were not here, I seriously would be closing my eyes right now and I could probably zone out. I could probably fall asleep. Oh, Sid, you're in Australia. How neat. Is it good day, mate? Is it day is night, night is day? Are you guys a day ahead? Good day. You know, it's funny, Sid, because I always make the joke that Los Angeles is land of sunshine and sharks. I actually think Australia is probably more the land of sunshine and sharks. And it's summer where you guys are, isn't it? It's summer right now. Oh, that's awesome. Here it is. It's very cold. It's not bad, but it's supposed to rain today because it is winter in the States. So, 3 in the morning on a Friday. Sid, what are you doing up? I'm up at 3 a.m. a lot of times, but the rest of the world I never think is up at 3 a.m. Are you getting up for work, or are you going to bed from work? Or why are you up at 3? I'm just curious. Do you have a newborn baby, or? Good grief, it's all over the world. It's so neat, this platform. You get to talk to everybody. So now, as you can see, I feel like I've thoroughly scrubbed my hands. And, you know, this is sea salt is the factor in the scrub that is exfoliating. So here we go. I'm just doing this with my hands. Now what I'm going to do, it's very simple. I'm just going to rinse my hands here because I'm obviously not in the restroom. I have a bowl. But for you guys, you would just go to the restroom and wash your hands. Or if you were doing this in the shower or the bath, you just basically take the scrubbing element off. I did one hand already, which you probably can't see. And I'm just letting you know how soft. Oh, you couldn't sleep and you got the day off. Hey, that's a pretty good deal that you got the day off today. Why couldn't you sleep? And now that you got the day off, what are you going to do? It's Friday over there. It's still Thursday here in Los Angeles, but you've got a 3-day weekend. Are you going to do anything exciting? It's summer there. Oh, I hear that everybody's going to the beach in Australia. I saw that on the news. It's so weird to think that everybody's on the beach in bikinis when the rest of us, at least in the States, it's pretty cool right now. So I'm glad you got a 3-day weekend off. Are you going to cook anything? I love to cook whenever I have time. I don't know about you guys. Love to use do you use a slow cooker? I love the slow cooker. You just put it in the morning and go the whole rest of the day, right? Okay, so now I just want to let you know my hands are so, I'm going to put them up, are so soft. The difference, I'm going to rinse them one more time to make sure I get all the scrubby bubbles off. The difference is amazing because I feel like I got all the dead skin cells off my hands. And so now, because I just exfoliated them, I always think that after exfoliation, you've got all that brand new baby soft skin. And so you want to treat it like a baby, right? It's brand new skin. And so what I like to do after I use the hand scrub is I want to go ahead and put on a couple layers of lotion. And so here's a Bulgavia Fresh and Pure and Fresh Firming Body Serum. This is a light lotion. This is not a really thick lotion. And I kind of prefer the light lotion, so I feel like I'm not sliding off the bed at night, or I'm not sliding off the chair, or when I'm trying to drive. And I don't know if you guys do this too. Oh, you're baking a cake. Shao, that's awesome. I love it. What kind of cake are you baking? Are you doing it from scratch, or are you doing it from a box? Don't be ashamed for doing it for a box, because I use the box too. Either way is good, because you get to share with people. I love to share cooking. I think it's a great way to make everybody happy, and your kids love it, your husband loves it, your friends love it. It's a great way to just brighten everybody's day. Chocolate chip cookies aren't the good way. And I'm not joking. I've done that for my neighbors and my friends, and give everybody a dozen in a Ziploc bag. It makes their day. So anyways, this is the body serum that I told you about. It's really light, and what I like about it is it's like you don't slip and you feel like you're dredged in oil. So anyways, I just take a couple of squirts, and then all I do is I get it down all the way. I don't know if you can see. I get down all the way to my elbows. Yeah, a mixture, a packet. I like packets. One, because they're kind of easy. A lot of times people don't have time to make a cake from scratch, although that's awesome too. But you know, you can kind of, sometimes you can spiffy up a cake mix too. I've done that by adding things into the cake mix. Sometimes applesauce can make it a little bit more have more moisture. And I've actually taken half a can of pumpkin, and I've added it into there. And then if you have a yellow cake, and put half a can of pumpkin plus chocolate chips, woo, watch out. Cake. So there's always ways to spiffy up a cake mix. What flavor do you have? Is it chocolate, vanilla, yellow cake? Anybody else, what's your favorite? I love strawberry. Oh my goodness. I don't know why. Strawberry and lemon cake. Lemon cake is so refreshing to me. So then I just put some lotion on. You could already see that the Bogavia lotion is already set into my skin. It doesn't feel greasy. It doesn't feel heavy. And then what I like to do is I take a heavier lotion, but it's the kind that soaks in. I think you guys have probably heard of this one. It's Hemp's. I love it. It comes in different scents. This one is fresh coconut and watermelon. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Oh, it smells so fresh. Now this one you can tell it's a thicker lotion, and it won't even come off my hand when it's upside down. So this lotion I'm going to go ahead and just put on top, and I'm going to focus in too on my elbows, because I feel like there's certain areas of your body that need extra moisture. Elbows, knees. How many of you have dry, cracked heels? No joking. Dry, cracked heels, seriously, it's really hard to soften those heels up. And I like to use a heavier lotion, but it's not greasy. And I feel like it's so soothing. Oh, chocolate. That's my fave. I'm a chocoholic. I don't know if anybody else out there is a chocoholic. I would probably die if I could not eat chocolate anymore. So what is your favorite chocolate product? I love chocolate, what is it? Bread pudding. I almost died when I had that. It is the most decadent, probably fattening with 1,000,000 calories, but I don't care, dessert I've ever had. It was amazing. And then also, any of you guys from the South, the Texas sheet cake, the chocolate sheet cake with pecans on the top, anybody? Do you know what I'm talking about? That's amazing. That is seriously to die for. So I'm just taking the lotion. This is me time. I'm just putting it in, me time and your time and our time. And I'm just putting it in my hands right here. And then the final thing that I'm going to do, I like to top this off, is the Bogavia Pure and Fresh Elasticity Body Oil. Now I know you guys are like, if you don't like greasy, why are you using body oil? Because this is pomegranate body oil, and it's not greasy. It's really not, because I know people are like, I don't want to wear that. I feel like I'm covered in Wesson oil or sludge, and it's not that way. I just take a dollop, or you could do two. I did two. And I like to warm it up in my hands first. By doing that, I feel like I evenly distribute it up and down my hands. Now this is something in the summertime. Oh, if you've got a tan, I love it. After you get a tan, to just put this all over your legs and your arms, and you glow. And you look so beautiful and youthful. And I think this just hydrates and kind of puffs up the skin and makes your skin so youthful and dewy. And I think it also nourishes your skin. I think that's really important, because the skin, I don't know if you guys know, it's the largest organ on the body, and you really have to take care of it. And it's really, skin makes you feel good, and others like to think that your skin is touchable soft, right? So that's so easy. So it's a little thing that we did for ourselves when your mask was working and doing its thing. And so now I'm just going to remove the mask. And once again, you guys, if you were home, you would remove it in the shower or in the bath or in your sink. But because I'm not in the bathroom right now, I'm just gonna take a towel and remove it. So I've just got a little tiny bowl of water, and I'm just gonna take my time, and I'm going to gently remove the mask. It's really easy. This is a lot easier than some of the clay masks, right? That take forever to come off. This is just basically, I feel like it's a lotion with scrubbing bubbles in it, like scrubby guys that exfoliate your skin. So now, I've got some of it off. I think I need another paper towel here. I'm gonna dunk it in the water. So what are you guys doing this morning? Or Sid, what are you doing right now? Because I know it's super early the next day in Australia. Is there anybody from Asia out there? I'm just curious. Anybody from Japan, Korea, China, Southeast Asia, Indonesia, Philippines? Just curious. Or anybody from Europe right now? Or even sunny California where I'm in right now. The sun is just coming up over the sky here at the Sway TV house. It's so beautiful. We have a nice view of Malibu, Santa Monica, the mountains. And yes, it's supposed to rain today, but it's not raining now. So I'm grateful for that. And I'd also like to hear, what are you guys grateful for today? I think that's really important, to set the day with gratitude. Even though you may not think that there's things to be grateful for. Even I've come to learn, even if it's things that are that I'm grateful for in the past, I'm grateful for all the time that I had with my grandparents. And definitely that's in the past. But you know, I always think about it, and I'm just so thankful for that time. I really am. I think it's important to think about even things that are in the past. If you can't think of anything that you're grateful for today, to think of the gratitude of the wonderful times that you have had in the past. These memories that you could look back on and reminisce, and just close your eyes and think of wonderful times with people that may not even be here anymore. But my grandparents are not here anymore. But the memories that they gave me by building those memories in the past come with me today. And I always use that, I think, as a template for how I treat people today in the present, right? So I'm curious, let me know. So now, okay, so we took the mask off, you guys. This is great. Let me just brush some of my hair out of the way. So now my skin feels so fresh. It feels so rejuvenated from the mask, because it exfoliated all my dead skin cells off. And now I'm left with a fresh, clean face. Now, because we took all the skin cells off and what we had just talked about, it's important to protect the skin now, because this skin is baby soft. This is the new skin that was underneath the dead skin cells that were lying on the face. So let's go ahead and let's put a little bit of moisture on my face. Here's a Bulgavia Pure and Fresh Vitamin C Serum. Now, what vitamin C serum does is it brightens your face up. It adds moisture. It's so good for you. Now, normally I like to put this on at nighttime, but since we're here today, I just put it on during the day. It's kind of like a gel. I put two little dollops. It's so easy. And then just go around. This skin is so soft now, and it's so smooth because I exfoliated. And like I said, my little trick of the trade, and you can use this or not, is actually leave my scrub on for a while, let it do its thing, and I go and, I don't know, vacuum or do something else in the house for like 10 or 15 minutes. So, and now I'm just putting on the vitamin C scrub, vitamin C, all over my face. There we go. Hey, Shal, how's your cake coming along? Are you cooking it right now? I wish I was there. All of us, if we were there, we'd ask for a piece. So maybe it's better that we're not there. So, and then I always say, extend down. Any type of moisture you want to extend it down to your neck. Don't neglect your neck because this is very soft tissue. And the skin is thinner on your neck and your eyelids and under your eye than it is on the rest of your face. So I always extend down my neck, as you could see. Oh, not yet? How, is it in the oven? Like, how many minutes do you have to go? I wish I was there to smell it at least. Oh my gosh, smells, I love chocolate. So now we have put the vitamin C oil on. And now that I'm gonna follow up once again really easy with the Bogavia Body Serum, which is that light lotion. And I always say, you know, I'm gonna start with my neck. When you put lotion on for makeup, you might be layering. Today we're doing really easy makeup for moms, but on the whole, you don't want to put a super heavy lotion on because then your makeup's going to have a hard time setting and it may just like, girl, it's going to slide off your face. So you don't want that, especially if you're in warmer temperatures or warmer climates. You know how it is with your foundation and your powder. Oh, you could just end up looking like a mess. I'm not joking. So you have to be careful with layering too much stuff. So now this is a time just to massage yourself and, you know, just right here in Los Angeles, just to enjoy the morning. Sid, I know it's 3 a.m. in Australia right now. That's a little bit early in the morning, but you get the point, just to be up and just, you know, enjoying this quiet time. Oh, so that felt so good, you guys. See, now I feel revitalized, I feel refreshed, my skin is so clean, and what I've done is I've made a nice foundation to start putting on a little bit of makeup. And this is makeup for moms, and so it doesn't have to be time consuming. You can do as little as you want or as much as you want. But you know, when we were talking to one of the viewers yesterday, she had 6 children. And she was like, Candace, I don't have time. She goes, I put on lipstick and mascara and I'm out the door and that's it. And I was like, you know, I understand that and how difficult it can be at times when you have multiple children. And so I thought, you know, today I was just gonna do makeup for moms. It's so much easier and faster. And I think that everybody is going to enjoy this, and you can do more if you want or less if you want. And if you need more, just moving this forward here, if you need, like if you feel like you need foundation, that's fine. You know, some of the other tutorials, we did the whole thing with foundation, cover up, translucent powder, you know, contour, highlighting, the whole gamut. But if you don't feel like you need that or you don't have time to do it, there's still a way that you can look fresh and neat and presentable and, you know, drop the kids off at school and you're fine, and go in that minivan and get down with it. So anyways, okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I like to just curl my lashes with the eyelash curler. And the reason why I do this is because I think it opens the eye and it brightens the eye. So even if you feel a little bit sleepy, it makes you look like you're more awake, seriously. So I just take the eyelash curler and I put it to the base of my eyelid. And all I do is very short pushes with the implement. I just curl my lash up. And then I feel like it opens up my eyes. Now, I'm Asian. I don't know if you guys are out there. Anybody else is Asian. I have hardly any eyelashes. That's the truth. And it's like me and my 5 eyelashes will greet you. So if you guys are out there too and don't have eyelashes, please let me know, because that is my situation and I've just grown to accept it. I don't have a lot of eyelash, but I can try to maximize what I have with an eyelash curler and mascara. And I find that actually does make a difference. So now I'm just going to go on the other side and I'm going to do the same thing. Sometimes I like to hold it and press down with a little bit more pressure and then release. You can do that on the other side too. So easy. Now it's really important to keep this part of your eyelash curler clean at all times, because if you get mascara in there, if you are doing this when you have mascara on and you do it again, you could actually get your eyelashes stuck in it and you don't want to pull any of your lashes out accidentally. So it's always important to keep actually all of your brushes, all of your tools clean. I always make it a point once a week. It's another thing that I just do for me time. I get a bowl of hot soapy water or do it under the sink with soap, and I wash out all my brushes and I wash out all my tools and I let them air dry for the rest of the day. So let me know if you guys do that. You know, if this is incentive and a reminder for you guys to do it, please do. And I'll tell you why. There's two really important specific reasons. One is bacteria, because you're taking a warm, moist environment, which is your makeup brush, especially with foundation, and then you have dead skin cells from your face, and that's a breeding ground for bacteria. So you want to be able to wash your brushes to keep them hygienic. And then also, I don't know if you guys thought about it, if you keep using, for example, eyeshadow brushes, and you keep mixing them in different eyeshadows, I have a palette right here, I'll just show you. If you keep mixing them in all sorts of colors, and you don't wash your brushes out, your color on your eye is going to actually become mottled. You're not going to have true color because you already have pre-existing color on the brush. So it's really good to, like I said, at least once a week, I wash everything. I start from scratch. I want everything to be clean. So my color is going to ring true. Whether I want a smoky eye that's gray or I want some bright, fun colors, I don't want them to be mixed with colors from previous days. Does that make sense? Let me know if you guys do that too, and if maybe it's an incentive for you in the new year, if you don't usually do that, to say, you know what, I'm going to take time and I'm going to wash out all these makeup brushes. So, all right, so now what I'm going to do is I just curled my eyelashes, took 2 seconds. Any mom can do this. And now I'm just going to apply a couple of swipes of mascara to my eyelashes. Because moms are super busy, I don't expect anybody to be taking the time to be putting on eyelashes. You can put on eyelashes very naturally, but once again, this is more of a time thing for moms, just to be able to look presentable, look nice, look fresh, and get out the door. And, you know, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, actually. There's a, you know, belief that less makeup is more, and that also less makeup can actually make you look younger, and sometimes if we have too much makeup on, it can actually age you. So what do you guys think? Because I've been told by that, and sometimes when I have too much of a dark smoky eye, I've looked on camera and I thought that it honestly made me look older. I don't think it achieved the look that I wanted. So sometimes, you know, younger, fresher skin that you can actually see that doesn't have layers and layers and layers of foundation on it is better. And you know, what do guys always say? Because I always hear that they like it better when somebody doesn't wear makeup. I don't know, I've heard both. What do you guys think? What does your husband think? Or your significant other? Or your friends? Like, what do they say? Guys. Do they say, oh, I like it when a girl wears a ton of makeup? Or, I mean, I think it's sexy. Or do you think that fresher is better and less makeup, you get to see more of the real person? You know, either way, I think both is good, you know. And do you wear makeup every day? A lot of us don't. I think that's cool. And some people that I know don't go out of the house without it. They will not go to the grocery store. You know, my cousin's that way. She won't go to the house without makeup on. And I said, why? And she goes, what happens if I see somebody from school and they see me without makeup? And I said, when has that ever happened in all the years since you've been gone out of school? I'm just curious. And she said, never. And I said, then why are you worried about this after all these years? And she said, but it could happen. I was like, you've got to be joking. How much mascara have you used thinking you're going to see somebody from school at the grocery store? I don't understand it. So anyway, so now I've just let this one coat of mascara dry. And now I'm going to go ahead. Less makeup, the better, shall I agree? So is that what your significant other or your guy friends say? Because I've been told by, I have a lot of guy friends. They're just friends that are just guys. And they tell me the same thing. They always say, oh, I like it better when somebody looks natural but still looks good. So you can see what they really look like is what I've been told. And guys don't want to be, what did they say? Like just the bait and switch, right? It's so funny. Oh my goodness. So, okay, so I'm going to sit here and just put one more coat on because I think that the first coat, lengthens. Second coat, I kind of build the lash and make it look thicker than it is. And then I do my left lashes are better than my right. Don't ask me why. I don't know, but it has been that way my whole life. Maybe you sleep on one side. I don't have many lashes on the right. Gee, it drives me crazy. Okay, so here we are. So now I'm letting my eyelashes dry for a second because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the eyelash curler one more time after they've fully dried, but they have to really dry. And then I'm going to push everything up so it widens the eye. So I'm going to push the lashes up by using the eyelash curler. And it's really important to make sure all of these lashes are dry because if you use this too soon, you're just going to take off the mascara and it's going to clog this. And even after I use this, after using the mascara, I'm going to clean this right away because I don't want the mascara to get in here. So the next time I use it, I pull out my 5 lashes that I have. I have to treat these lashes well because I only have 5. And while this is drying, I am curious, what do you guys think, less is better or just, I think sometimes it depends on the individual and how much time you have. Like I said, whether you have kids, you have a very busy schedule, you are a businesswoman, you have to get in the car super early and you're gone all day, so it just depends. We did makeup before for your Zoom meetings because I thought that was really important to be able to look professional, even though you may be sitting in a suit from the waist up and you're in your jammies from the waist down. You still have to look presentable and professional from here up, right? So, but quick, natural, professional makeup. Okay, so now I think my lashes are pretty much dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to curl them once more. I'm going to apply a little more pressure this time because they do have mascara on them, and I really want them to go up away from my eye. So once again, I go right to the base and I really press and let it sit. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to really press hard, close to the lash line, and then release. So there. Then I like to clean the implement away right away to get the mascara off. So now I'm going to take a little bit of a brow mascara. Now, I don't know, do you guys know anything about brow mascaras versus brow pencils? If I'm doing a full face where I'm putting on foundation and all this other stuff, I'll do an eyeshadow, eyeliner, the whole gamut, fake lashes, whatever, I will put on a brow pencil. But sometimes I want a more natural look that doesn't look so drawn on, so to speak. And the way that I achieve that is just with brow mascara, which basically is a hint of color. And it brushes the brows up and then they set. So it's much easier. And I do is I have Benefit Give Me a Brow, and all I do is I just brush the brow. And it just makes it a little bit darker. Here, I'm going to use a mirror just so I can see better. But it just makes the brow a little bit darker. And it sets the brow in an upward position versus letting the brow go down, which can make you look a little more sleepy, I think. And it's all about looking like you're awake, right? And then I just kind of brush my brows up. It's terrific. And this really sets, like when you put this in, the product in, and sometimes I brush it this way, which is opposite the way the hair lies, it really sets them up straight. Trimming your brows, I think, is vital if you don't do it. If you don't trim your brows, they have a tendency to lay flat, and they don't look as nice. If you take a small comb and brush them up, a mascara comb, and then trim the tops, your brows look a lot more kept. Kind of like when you cut your hair. It's the same thing. So now I've done mascara and I've done my brows. The next thing I'm going to do just because I have a little bit of time and I can even use my finger, it's not like I need to spend a lot of time on this. Sometimes I feel like I have a lot of freckles. Ladies who are pregnant might have melasma, which is when you have a darkening of the pigmentation of your skin due to hormonal changes. So if you have these little things that bother you, that you may see, are you guys familiar with that? If you were pregnant, did you have discoloration on your skin, and did it stay or did it go away? Because I know a lot of times when you're pregnant, the discoloration can be around your mouth or on your cheekbones or cheeks, and you might not like that look, and so you might want to just be able to conceal it. Because I say a lot of makeup, it's not so much about necessarily having this, you know, dramatic makeup with a smoky eye and all this color. A lot of makeup is designed just to be able to conceal what you don't want people to see, what you might find is distracting, or things that may bother you and that are slight, but if you don't see them, then you feel like you bring the best part of you, or the best version of you to the public. And I think that's what a great thing that makeup can do. So let me know. Yeah, like Shal said, less makeup is better. So sometimes we can disguise the fact that we even have makeup on just by putting it on to simply hide small things that we don't want everybody to see, right? So what I do is, this is by Sheer Cover. This kind of is my go-to palette. It's a trio. This is a conceal and brighten trio, which I really love. So I use this light color in the winter, and I use the darker color in the summer for the most part, because you might find that your concealer and foundation, you might want to change over the course of 4 seasons, because you may get tanner or you may get paler in the winter. It just depends, and you want your concealer to perfectly match your skin, because it needs to perfectly match your skin tone to be able to properly conceal, I think. So anyways, right now I'm taking the lighter one, and all I'm doing is I have a couple of spots here that bother me. I just want to conceal them, and I'm just dabbing my finger. That's what's so nice and so quick for moms, is I'm just dabbing my finger, and all I'm doing, you could see here, the couple spots that bother me, I'm just putting the concealer on. And all I'm doing is covering up some of these little things that bother me. Now, people may not even see the makeup, but I feel like subconsciously they feel the effects of it. They feel the effects of everything looking neat and pristine. And I think subconsciously it makes you feel better, because, you know, you're presenting your good face forward for the day. And it doesn't take a lot of time. And it doesn't not look like you put so much makeup on, you no longer kind of look like yourself, but you look like somebody else. And sometimes I put it in the corners here if I have redness. Any place that I may feel like the color is uneven, even right here between my brows, I feel like I have a little bit of unevenness. Maybe on your eyelid. Now I have a huge eyelid between here and here. You may not have a big eyelid there, and you feel like there's nothing there that you need to particularly conceal. I feel like I have a couple of freckles on one side, so I just go like this and I dab it. And you know, the heat of your finger works well too, because the heat of your finger, I feel like, kind of melts the product a little bit, so I feel like the product actually goes on better. And I just sit here and dab. These are sunspots that I feel like you get in the car when you're driving. You don't wear sunblock like you're supposed to. Sometimes I get lazy about that. That's the honest truth. Do you ladies wear sunblock? And are you religious about it? I have to admit that I'm not, and I feel like I should be. You know, especially as we get older, right? Because you want to be able to preserve your skin. And I feel like maybe so much of the skin damage, I've been told by dermatologists, is when you're a teenager, when you're out there baking in the sun, playing in the backyard. Like, who knew? You know, if we knew back then, we would have probably taken better care of our skin when we were 13 or 14. But at that time, that was, you know, the least of our concerns, or concerned about homework. So now all I've done is I've just, you know, barely touched on some of the spots. See now, if anybody were to see, they wouldn't even know that I have a little bit of concealer in the areas where I just don't want people to see that I have freckles. And sometimes I'm fine with my freckles. You know, it just depends on how I feel that day. So then all I do now too is I have this great beauty baton by Ready Set Jet. I love this beauty baton because it has a lip color, but this lip color I feel is very useful. You can use it on your lips, obviously. I can dab it with my fingers like I did the concealer, and I can just touch the apples of my cheek. So you just want a little hint of color, right? I mean, you don't want to walk in someplace looking like a clown. So I think all you need to do, remember, less is better. And all you need to do is take literally that dot and just rub it into your face right here. I don't know if you can see the difference. It's a little hint of color. It's not a big deal. And then I just take my fingers. Once again, no tools needed. I should do, one of the other tutorials we'll do is makeup with no tools. I think that's important too, where you can just go, if you're on a trip and say you're going camping, but you want to look glamping and you want to look a little nice, you can just use your fingers. So here we are, and I'm just in light, swift motions, I'm just moving the color around on the apples of my cheeks. So for a natural look, I would want just a touch here and here. And if I wanted to do a more, you know, involved look, and like involved would be like glamnetic eyelashes. Have you guys heard of magnetic eyelashes? These are magnetic eyelashes by Glamnetic. I'm curious if you guys tried them. Please leave a question in the a comment in the comment section, because you know what's really interesting is I tried these and I love them, and it's certainly a different way to use lashes instead of glue. I like glue too. And maybe in another tutorial we'll talk about the differences in glues, how to use them, magnetic versus glue lashes versus individuals. There's all sorts of lashes these days, or your own lashes with mascara. So anyways, but if you want a more glamorous look, then definitely I would put in the contour and the highlighter and the foundation and all that. And we can put a little bit of that on today, but right now, just putting a little tiny bit of a glow with blush like that is so simple, and it's so easy to do, and it takes literally 2 seconds. This Beauty Baton by Ready Set Jet also has a taupe color, and taupe I think is the #1 color, basically the only color you should use for contour, because I think it more clearly mirrors the real look of a shadow on skin, because all you're doing with contour is you're playing with light, right? Like a painter, you're painting face, and you want to put the contour in an area where normally when light hits you, there would be a shadow. So all we're doing here is we're creating the illusion of a stronger cheekbone. And so I'll just put some on right now just to show you, because we have it. Once again, with Ready Set Jet, I just tap it, and I'm gonna just put a little bit of contour underneath the cheekbone. But it's so simple. Once again, I'm just tapping. And I didn't put any foundation on today. I want my real skin to show. And I'm just putting in right here where my cheekbone is underneath, and I just tap it. Now also, if you feel like your jaw is wide, I feel like I have a square jaw here, I may want to minimize the jaw. And I've got a neat trick right here. If you can see, this is where I'm going to put more of the contour, and I'm going to bring it down to the end of my jaw. If you can see that. Okay, so let me go ahead and do it. Once again, just tap the product. And it's like painting. It's like finger painting. You guys, it's so much fun. Let me know if you use contour. And we're just going to tap right here. Shal, how is your cake coming along? Do you still have, is it in the oven? There we go. Shay, are you there in Australia? Did you go to sleep? Because I know it's like 3 a.m. over there. So all I'm doing is just putting a little bit of contour. I'm going to do the other side now. So once again, I'm going to put the contour where the bottom of my cheekbone is naturally. And then I'm just going to tap the contour here. And what I'm going to do is create the illusion of more like a higher cheekbone when light hits it. Because it's really about being like Van Gogh, right? And learning to use light and color. And so now I want to make my jaw seem a little bit less prominent. So right here, I'm going to tap and put just a little bit more contour. It's so easy. So now I'm putting it here. I don't know if you guys can see me. I'm just tapping the product. This is my finger. Oh, you haven't started yet? Okay. So the cake is not in the oven yet, you guys. Now you're making me hungry, though. Here, it's very early in the morning in Los Angeles. What time is it over there, Shal? Because I know you're not making a cake super early, are you? Okay, so now I'm just doing the same here. And then, if you have a round or oval face like I do, you may want to take a little bit of width off of your temples. And if you have a very angular face, you may not want to do that because it may make it look too sunken in, which may actually age you. So for me, I'm just going to go right here on both sides, and I'm going to tap my product, and then I'm just going to put it right here. And this is just going to make my face look not as round and oval a little bit by putting it right here in the depression of where your temple is. But like I said, if you have a really angular face, you probably don't want to do this because, you know, if your face is too angular looking, it can look a little bit older because it would look like sunk in. You know what I mean? So here I'm using the Beauty Baton by Ready Set Jet. And now I may just want to right here over my forehead. I feel like I've got a pretty prominent forehead. And so I can take the Beauty Baton and I'll just once again, as you can see right here, I'm just taking the product and I'm putting it on my forehead. And once again, if you have an angular face, you may not want to do this. If you have an oval or a round face, it's a way to kind of give more shape to your face. So I'm just putting it right here. It's so easy. Just using my fingers. I don't even need a blending brush. I don't need any type of a brush. I don't need any other tool. I'm just using my fingers. 4 a.m.? Okay, Shal, you're up at 4, and then Sid is in Australia up at 3. Why are you guys up so early? Where is it 4 a.m. right now? I'm curious because here in Los Angeles, it's about, I think it's about 8 something right now. So is it Hawaii time or a little bit further than Hawaii? I'm curious. Miss you already, beautiful, but the makeup really has added to it. Oh, thank you so much, Shal. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I think it's good to just look like yourself, but maybe just a more enhanced version of yourself, right? For everybody. Just to greet the world and, you know, have brighter eyes, a bigger smile, and maybe for me, not as many freckles. So that's what it is. Oh, GMT, so it's Mountain Time plus 10 for Sydney. Got it. Okay. So it's Mountain Time plus 10. So you're 10, and Mountain Time's 1 for me. So you're 11 hours ahead of me. Wow. Got it. But we're all still living in time in this moment. So everything is relative. Time is relative. It's different times in different parts of the world right now, but we're all existing in the now. So okay, so there we go. So now all I've done is I went ahead and I did the taupe contour. And now what I'm going to do is I actually have, once again, I can use my fingers, Ready Set Jet by Beauty Baton. I have a little bit of a highlighter. So it's so easy. All I'm going to do is take the top of the cheekbone right here, and I'm going to tap a little bit of glow, like a sunny glow, like if I was with Sid in Australia now and we can get on our bikinis and go to the beach, that kind of a glow, right? But because we're in winter here, I can't go to the beach, but you can look like you've been to the beach with this wand. So all I'm going to do is put it right here. As you can see, it's producing a little bit of a glow. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side right here on the top of the cheekbone. And I'm just tapping the top of my cheekbone. It's so easy. Now, other places that you can put this highlighter on are very easy. I would say your chin, because you want to mimic the way the sun, if the sun is coming into your face, you want to mimic where the sun would hit and give you that radiant glow. So one of the places, the high points on your face, obviously are the cheekbones. And another place is your chin. And of course, the bridge of your nose. And if you have a small bridge like me, sometimes when you put a highlighter, it actually gives the illusion of a bigger bridge, which is a pretty good thing. So I just tap the top of my bridge right here. And of course, if you're thinking of the sun, it's going to hit here too. So I put a little bit right here. And this is my own little personal thing. I don't know if you guys do this, but I put it right here between where my nose and my lip is, because I feel like when you sweat, you get a little bit of a glow here. So I'm going to put it right here too. So there, it's very simple. Now, some people choose to put it on your eyelids. You could put it across your forehead. You can put it all over, but you know, you don't want to put too much, because then you end up glowing like a disco ball. And you put too much highlighter on, you look at yourself and people are actually distracted by the amount of glow that you have on. Because once again, you want it to look natural, like it's you, and not when you walk into a room, people are like, who turned on the light? Boy, that's really crazy. So anyways, now I have a little bit of mascara, a little bit of blush that I just barely tapped on. I did the same thing with a highlighter and a contour. And now I thought, I just want to put a really light eyeshadow on. Not a lot of eyeshadow, because once again, I don't want it to be distracting. So this is a brush by BS Mall that I've been using. I have a bunch of brushes by them, and you can find them on Amazon. They're great, and talk about an awesome price. Go check it out. You will see they have all sorts of brushes, and we'll continue to use these brushes on tutorials that you can see. There's so many, and they're just terrific. So I'm just going to use a fairly small brush, and let me show you the eyeshadow color that I'm going to pick today. I'll pick one of these three, and the reason why is because I just kind of want something close to my own skin tone. This is not a time to do a smoky eye. One, because if you're a busy mom, I don't think you have the time to do it. But also, you just want a color that's going to brighten your face on the whole. I don't even need to use 3 colors or 2 colors. I can even, just for time's sake, I can use 1 color wash over my lid just to brighten it up. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And I can even use my fingers. I'm just curious, do you guys use tools like these brushes from BS Mall, or do you just use your fingers and go, or do you use the tools that usually come with a palette? So anyways, let me know, and I'm just going to tap a color, as you can see, and then I just very carefully sweep it over my eye in a swoop. I mean, it's so fast, because I'm not really shaping my eye or doing anything fancy. You look on Instagram and so many people are doing such complicated eyeshadows, and I hand it to them. It's awesome. But for the real everyday practical mom, it's very hard to do, because you don't have the time, right? So I'm just sweeping this color. It could be any neutral color, any neutral color. I try to avoid the glimmery ones, because I use these shiny ones more for nighttime. If I'm just going to run out, or for you moms that are just going to run out for the day, the glimmery shiny ones can be a little bit distracting. And so I use the ones that don't have any, and they're more matte in color, and they're more matte in texturally. They don't have a lot of glitter or anything. I think glitter just reminded me so much of in the 90s, when I would just wear so much glitter all the time. So, okay, so now I'm just putting it on. You can see. Really simple and really easy. Ha ha ha! Thank Thank you, Shell. I'm not too sure of your age, but you could actually pass as a 20-year-old. Thank you. You made my day. Seriously, we talk about blessings and good things. I'm going to take that with me this morning, and it's just going to make me happy the whole day. So thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. So, so now all we're going to do is put on the eyeshadow, and that's it. Look how fast that eyeshadow was. It's amazing. Now, all we're going to do is just something really easy. I like to use lip pencils with a gloss, because I find that lip pencils, for me, they stay on longer. And I can kind of just smear them with my fingers. Once again, I don't need to use a lip brush or anything fancy. So all I do, I'm just going to get a mirror, and I just follow the line of my lip. Now, you may want to make your lips look bigger, and that's great, by going just outside of the lip line. And I can actually do that on my top lip to show you. The bottom lip, I'm just going to make normal. So I'm just doing this. And I use a very neutral tone, nothing too bright. So I just, you know, use a neutral nude lip liner and put it on the bottom. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to draw slightly higher than my lip line on the top, slightly. So I'm going to do this. There, so I just drew a little bit over. Now, this is a very nude color. I'm going to take a slightly darker color lip pencil. Right now, it's fall. I've really been loving these wines. I like to dress in the color of wines and everything for fall. So all I'm going to do is just carefully put that inside the lip liner. And now if I want to, because I just smudged it, if I want to just go back and correct my lip line, I go back with the lighter lip liner. And I go over it. You know, just to make sure it's where I want it. Now, I am just going to take a powder because as a busy mom, you may not have time to do foundation and all that. So I'm just going to take a loose powder, and my technique is, a lot of people smooth it on like this. I have found, this is my own thing, that if I actually blot my powder onto my face, I press it in. What I like to do is get it onto my powder puff, and then I go like this to kind of smush it into the powder puff, and then I literally press the powder onto my face. I feel like this technique looks more natural, as I'm just going to put it on. Do you guys do this? I'm really curious. Or am I the only person in the world? I doubt it. So I just press the color onto my face. And I even press on my eyelids if I want, because I feel like it seals the eyeshadow for the rest of the day. This is a color that's very close to my skin tone. Just pick a color that is close to your skin tone. And I just kind of go everywhere, even in the corners. So there, and now, this is another one of my secrets. I take just a water atomizer, and I sit here and I'll spray my face for a second. Ah, oh, it feels so good. Oh, it feels so good. It feels great, but I also feel like it seals that powder, and it doesn't look as cakey, because I feel like once it almost seals it to my face, and then I let it air dry. And then when I let it air dry, it looks more like your natural, real skin, right? So, and this is my trick that I do too, is that I let this air dry, then I take the powder one more time, and I just lightly powder everything, and I feel like it sets it. And then we're just going to follow up with a gloss in a second. I'm just letting this dry fully. If you touch it when it's still like this, you can mess it up. So why don't we just put on some lotion or something until then, because I don't want to ruin what I've done. So I'm just taking more of that Bogavia Pure and Fresh Firming Lotion. And I just might as well just put some on my hands. Oh, this feels so good. It's so fresh. Oh, it smells so good. Now this is a lightly scented with peppermint. And I feel like it's invigorating. It'd be perfect for you guys in the morning. So, Shao, how old are you? I'm just curious. So now I'm just putting this on my hands. I'm just enjoying this time with you guys. Just making sure I pay attention to the elbow area, because that's where a lot of times we all get dry skin and we want to have soft, supple and touchable skin. I'm just going to show you what a difference the hand scrub has made. Take a guess. I can't see you, Shell. How can I take a guess? Okay, let me guess. Let me ask you questions first. Are you a mom? Then this I'm going to guess. Are you a mom? So let me know if you're a mom, and that might help me. And then I'm going to ask you a funny question, and that might be able to help me. So you're not a mom. Okay, then name your favorite band in your heyday. That's going to tell me right there. Name one of your favorite bands, or even like a couple of your favorite bands or musicians in your heyday. And that's going to tell me how old you are, I think. So I'm going to see. And in the meantime, I'm just brushing my hair. Pearl Jam, okay. So that was in the 90s. That was like 1993, 1994 with Eddie Vedder. So my guess is are you late 30s, early 40s, or am I guessing over? Are you late 30s? Are you mid to late 30s? How is that? Let me guess. Or you might be younger. Because millennials would probably say Beyonce, right? Did you see MTV's Unplugged with Pearl Jam? Have you seen that on YouTube? You've got to see it. It is amazing. And Nirvana's MTV Unplugged was really great too. I don't know if you caught that one, and that was the one that Kurt Cobain had on the famous green sweater that everybody, remembered. It was so iconic. Oh my gosh. Love it. Love it. And I remember Eddie Vedder was sitting there with a guitar, and they did about, 5 songs? The Pearl Jam. So let me know. Anybody else out there? Your music from your heyday. I'm really curious. Okay, so while we're waiting for Shal to get back to me, now all I'm going to do, it's very simple, is like I said, I follow up, now that my face is completely dry, I take just powder again, and once again, I kind of push it into the puff. Yeah, you could say mid-30s. Got it. Yes, I love Pearl Jam. I remember this the whole time, STP, just the bands in that time, from Nirvana, just the grunge era. I lived through it too. I remembered it really, really well, and I wish grunge would come back. What's so funny to me is it doesn't seem like it's been that long, right? That's what's so weird. It kind of seems like I still listen to that, So let me know some of your favorite bands. Let's see if we know the same ones. I just remember even loving like Black Hole Sun, with Chris Cornell and all those guys. All right, so anyways, I just take this powder and I'm going to do the same thing, but lightly. I'm just going to put one more coat of powder, and I feel like this gives you a nice finish. I can even put some over my lips to soften the lipstick. So you can see the difference now, where if you just want a soft lip that's matte, just put a little bit of powder on it that's natural, and it's a color close to your color. And watch the powder too, in addition to your cover stick and foundation as the seasons change, because you might also, powder's inexpensive, and you might have to just change your powder if you get darker in the summer with a tan, or if you are lighter, like a lot of us are, myself included, in the winter. So now I've just put on powder. And then the last thing that I do, have you listened to Seether? Keel? No, I haven't. Oh, hi Tambi, how are you? Oh, it's great to see you. I just saw you yesterday. Oh, thank you so much for coming in today. How have you been? And I'm sure I'm going to see you later on today, right? Thank you so much for watching. Keel, have you listened to Seether? No, I have not. Shal, are they a grunge band from back then, or are they a new band now? I will check it out. I'm not joking. I will check them out. And are they similar in the same vein of music? I used to love STP. We used to love Scott Weiland, and I mean, those boys did a great job. So now, finally, all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a natural tint lip balm on. I prefer lip balms and lip oils to lip glosses. I feel like sometimes the lip glosses are so sticky that they annoy me. And if you have long hair and you're in the wind, how many of you guys have this problem with lip gloss? The hair gets into the lip gloss and it streaks it across your face, and it's just a mess. Things guys have no clue about, and they don't have to worry about it. But so I find that lip balms and lip oils are a lot easier, and they kind of still provide a little bit of shine and sheen. This is by Hey Honey. It's called Trick or Treat. It's one of my favorites. I use it every day. I just put like a dollop size on my finger. From these days, heavily Nirvana and Pearl Jam influence. Seether, we'll check it out. We'll check it out for sure. Because I think, you know, a lot of that music is still around. I still love the fashion, the anti-fashion, the non-fashion, the kind of absence of fashion, which became a fashion in the 90s, because they were kind of just anti all of that. And I love that one of my best friends is from Seattle. Hi, if you're out there. And I just love that whole era and time period, and it just seems like it went by so fast. And you know, the millennials now, isn't it funny? Seriously, Shal, the millennials think of that as like old school. I can't grasp my mind around the belief that that would be old school, because it seems like it's today to me still. We must be getting old. Anyways, no, I'll check it out. See that I'm going to write it down. So you take this balm, and all you're going to do, it's very natural with just a hint of color. And all I do is I just put it on my lips. And it doesn't, see, you can't even tell that much with shine, but it just smooths my lips out. And it gives it so much more, I think, fullness naturally. I don't have my lips done. If you do, I think it's awesome. I don't care. I think whatever you want to do is great. But I also feel like a lot of things you can achieve simply through makeup. You know, I remember one time I was telling my girlfriend, I'm going to get the freckles removed off my face. They bother me. And she looked at me and she goes, why? Why don't you just cover it up with makeup when you don't want it? And I was like, oh. So a lot of things, save yourself the money and save yourself the time. And you know, you can make your lips look fuller in a natural way, and you don't have to get stuff done. So anyways, but if you do, that's great too. So anyway, so what do you guys think today about makeup for moms? I think moms can look terrific and beautiful and take care of themselves and have time for themselves. If you guys allow yourself time in the morning, 5 or 10 minutes, even if it's a break in the car, which I take sometimes just to have quiet time and just to be by myself. And if you don't have kids, I personally, actually I don't have children, but I have a very busy schedule. And I always feel like it's important to take those moments where you can sit in silence and compose your own thoughts and get ready for that day and feel like you're centered. Because if you don't feel centered, you're going to get frazzled and scattered, and I get scatterbrained and forget things. And you move at a supersonic whistle speed that you don't feel like you have time to even appreciate the moments that you're living through life, you know, to stop and take a moment to realize this life and realize the world around you and what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to rush through this life and you're going to look back and you're going to be older and go, oh, what was that? Wow, what was that? That was life. Oh, okay, well, now I'm in my 80s and I didn't appreciate it. And I think that's, if we're not careful, you guys, in our society, we move so quick today that very possibly we could do that. So anyways, thank you so much for spending this time with me. And if you've just joined us, I'm Candace here on Sway TV. And you know, if you haven't done already, please follow us and hit that follow button. Oh, it'd make my day. I'd be so happy if you followed that button. So are you able to see us? Must feel awkward conversing into a camera. Too young to have kids. I can't. I've got tortoises. I've got 2 tortoises, you guys. And one is huge. He's 20 pounds. And one's a small guy. And they're like kids, though. So, and they live inside with me and out in the yard. And I tuck them in bed. And my partner tucks them in bed at night. So I guess maybe it's like having kids. I don't know. But I can't see you guys. That's the thing, and that's why I was asking with your age. I had to guess through what you were saying. I can't see you guys, even though that you can see me. But wouldn't it be wonderful if we could see each other? I can definitely see you there by what you say and your comments. And it's been so fun seeing or talking to you guys, Shal, and Sid was up there, and Tamby was up there. Hi, Tamby. So anyways, in a moment, what we're going to be doing is we're going to take like a 1 minute, I think it's a 1 or 2 minute break. So go to the restroom or hydrate, get something that it's important to hydrate. So I have my, so you guys hydrate, and then we're going to go over and take a look at some fun and exciting items that we have in the queue. So if you are not familiar with this platform, we have a carousel that you guys can see underneath. And it's got some great, exciting, fun items that the hosts have found for you. These are things that hopefully better your life or make your life more simple and easy. And they're fun, and they're exciting, and they're new. And what I like to do at the beginning of the year, I encourage myself to try new products, because otherwise I feel like I get stuck in the same rut. I don't know if you guys do that. I definitely will do the same thing over and over and over again if I'm not careful. And my girlfriend was the one that said, you need to try different things. And some things I've tried and I've been like, oh, okay, that's great. Other things, like I tried that lip balm. And this is the second time that I purchased it because I use it every single day. It's non-sticky, it's the right color for me. And I would have never known unless I went outside of the box and tried something new. And I think people sometimes, if you're not careful, you can date yourself by wearing clothes and hairstyles and makeup and everything that is in your heyday. Because I see women sometimes out and about, and I'm like, she has hair from the 1980s and she needs to change it, because I think she would just look so much better. Because I think it actually ages you sometimes if you're not careful. So it's important to, try new products. My new thing was scrubbing hand scrubs. I was not doing that before. I had really dry hands, and so now at least once a week I've been using a hand scrub, and it has helped tremendously because I never had to use one before. Glamnetic, the magnetic eyelashes. Have you guys ever tried these before? You don't have to use glue. So they're coming up with all these really neat products that are brand new, that are great to use, especially in the new year. So in a couple of minutes, we're going to be going over, and so give us like 1 minute or so. I'm so excited. Oh, okay. So, I'll be back on another day, and thank you so much. We had such a wonderful time. So thank you so much for watching Sway TV, for great programming. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you, Shal. Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Tamby. Thank you for the follows. I love you guys. Have a wonderful morning or evening wherever you are. I love you. Bye.
Make sure you guys follow Sway TV.
Follow Sway right here. Ooh, it's this way, sorry.
Corey says, thank you, Sway TV. Shakira says, thank you, Sway. Yes, guys, it is so much fun. We love Sway TV.
So grateful for you guys and for Sway TV.
We'll see you soon. Until then, let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.